Hey guys, welcome to the JAMAcast podcast. We have your hosts,
Josh,
Adam,
Morgan,
and we have our. I'm kind of rushing this.
choking on a banana during that.
And we have a special guest.
Yo, my name is Swift,
His-
and I work in a chocolate factory. Got a wife, 2 kids and a dog. And then one day, my boss came to me. He said, "Swift man, you busy man?" I said, "No man." He said, "Stir this chocolate with your right hand." I'm sorry.
Why don't you put your chair up?
Oh, can I?
If you can.
Oh boy. Oh. Whoa.
Today, Swift discovers that chairs.
can lift.
No, but like, I didn't know the back came up.
Hand me a banana.
Oh my goodness, this is lovely.
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm
Right
going
in
to
front of the
refrain.
camera.
You have a right to remain silent.
I have a
Don't
left.
walk in front of the camera.
It's a good thing that they'll barely hear that.
Yeah.
Hey.
It'll be
So.
So.
Speaking of our special guest, how are those videos coming along?
Well, the concept has begun to form in my mind.
And
only took you 5 months.
and in Audacity, I suppose.
And-
Not in Audacity, Adobe. They both
Adobe.
start with A, so
Yes.
that's kind of.
Well, they started to form in an Illustrator
Audacity.
and Character Animator. But that's about all.
Adobe City.
Is Adobe Creative Cloud actually worth it?
Yes.
It is.
I mean, I use it a lot.
Really expensive though.
Although I use it a lot, though. Like, I use Photoshop and Premiere and Character Animator and Illustrator. And eventually I want to learn After Effects. So it's pretty good.
No.
No, don't learn After Effects. It's useless.
No, After Effects
No,
is
you can do stuff with it,
it's a
though.
useless
Well, yeah, but
program.
you may as well just get Sony Vegas.
Sony
But that
Vegas
would be
can do
more money.
Sony Vegas or like freaking SFM can actually do animation better
Well,
than
I'm not
After
using it
Effects.
for animation. I'd use it for, like, face tracking and, like, motion
You
tracking.
could
Do that in Adobe Premiere.
No, you can't.
Elements.
I've tried. In Elements, you can do a little
You
bit of
can do
motion
it in-
tracking, but
Elements
Not
is not hard.
I can do just as much in Elements as I can in
As he
Premiere.
sits here with no editing software whatsoever.
Movie Maker.
And
Elgato.
also an editor now.
Yeah.
Hi.
I
I
hired an
am the
editor.
Legend Red official editor.
oh boy.
Official?
Do you get paid?
Yes.
Cool.
in EB games.
In EB Games.
Yeah.
Whoa.
At the
Hey,
moment,
guys.
I'm currently trying to pay him back for all.
Welcome
months
to
that he
EB
got
Games.
for me.
Yeah. You're welcome.
So I'm doing like 5 videos for him for free because of it.
For all of our US listeners, EB Games is GameStop.
What?
And for
Hey,
all our
guys.
European viewers, that's
EB Games.
yeah, sure.
Game.co.uk. Probably.
That's
Like
I think that's a game.
That's game. Like just game.
Game.co.uk.
That's not in any relation to GameStop.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's a game store
It
or
is a game
something of that genre.
It's a game store, yeah.
How do you think I'd look
I
with
think
the
they
bright
made-
yellow mustache?
Didn't Game.co.uk make a
Nice.
Christmas shopper simulator?
Yeah, both of them.
Those are fabulous games. I think that was one of my first videos I got a copyright claim on.
Oh, sweet memory.
because I used like a remix I found of like Martin Garrix and they managed to get that and I was like,
Have I ever told you the time I got a copyright claim for randomly strumming on a ukulele?
please do tell.
So it was when I did that Halloween live stream and you were there.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, yeah.
you brought your ukulele, and at one point I was just like, "Do-do-do-do-do." I don't know how to play ukulele. And then this random Russian company was like, "That's our song," and I couldn't find an existence of that song anywhere. So I was like, "This is just me strumming on a ukulele," and they're like, "Oh, I'll take that back now."
Sorry.
And then I tweeted about it, and some like ukulele company followed me, and I was like, "How did
Yeah.
you find me?"
Seriously, I feel like most of my I think almost 200 followers on Twitter, and I don't really have 200 followers on Twitter because if I had 200 followers on Twitter, you would think that more people would interact with my tweets.
Indeed.
Actually, no. Like, most people on Twitter will read a tweet on their timeline or something like that and just move on.
It's like I don't even get
Unless
like
you're doing something that's like a picture post that they like, you probably won't get likes or anything.
like,
like
I
I've
almost
checked-
never like or retweet anything.
I've
Yeah.
noticed like my analytics for tweets, they're still only in like the 10s or 20s for a tweet. Like not all, even like not even half.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with YouTube too. When it comes to views, a lot of my views don't like a lot of my over 550 something subscribers don't watch,
Yeah.
Indeed.
and it's like
Kind of annoying, actually.
yeah, it's kind of annoying when the majority of your sub count isn't active whatsoever.
Yeah.
Ha ha, PewDiePie.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I mean,
He still
But he
gets
still gets a
millions
lot of views,
per
though.
video, so.
I mean, yeah, but still the ratio.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, ratio,
Ooh,
he
wee.
probably has the worst ratio out of any YouTuber.
Yeah.
Because he has over 50 million now?
Oh wow. Oh yeah, he does. I was
Yeah,
like,
'cause
I always
of
thought
the
he was
Ruby
just
Play
40
button.
million, and then I saw him recently. He's like 56 million. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, he has that many, but he only gets like 2 million views per video.
Yeah.
So he's only 4%, not 4%, only like, what is it?
probably like I'd say like 2%.
How is it that this is the topic that
No,
always
that's-
seems to come up?
That
in
would
these
be
things?
about 4% of his audience. That's only
I mean-
4% of his audience actually watching his videos.
It's like I'll get
That's still a lot
like
of
maybe
people, though.
20 views on a video sometimes, and that's a miracle when that happens.
I will work for hours on a gameplay video and I'll get 6 views.
And you've got like 330 something now.
I have 335 subscribers,
Nice.
I'm alive.
and I gained about 10 of them from the Get the Spank video.
Check
Yeah.
that out.
Check
Yeah,
it out
that
in
was-
the
that-
eye in the corner somewhere over there.
Or will
Watch
I?
that video.
Probably not going to be.
yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I won't probably go through the entire podcast to figure out where the eye should go.
Indeed.
In the skull.
Well,
Yeah, that-
how
yeah.
about check your privilege?
Okay.
Why should I check my privilege?
It's half past Freckle.
What? What?
I don't understand anything anymore.
Oh,
You know, sometimes it feels like I'm just sitting there. People are talking to me, but like, I don't even know what they're saying.
Sometimes
it's-
I feel like you're sitting here and we're talking at you, and you're just holding a banana up to your chin.
Yes. Goodbye, world.
You know, sometimes I sit alone and I hear the voices screaming, but I don't know what language they're in.
Sometimes I dream about cheese.
That's normal.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah, everybody does that.
Oh my
Only
god!
the goo does stuff, though.
Oh my god! He's had the cheese dream.
Oh, yeah,
No.
that's from the Robinsons. That was a weird movie. Like,
I
what the
love
heck?
Meet the Robinsons.
that
It's
was,
such a good
that was
movie.
a good movie.
I watched it enough times and I like it, but then I'm like, I watch it, I'm like, what is this?
It's
Meet the
I
Robinsons
have
actually
to say-
kind of scared me.
it is one of the most underrated Disney movies I've ever seen.
It's so weird.
I don't know. For me, I don't know why, but as a child, there were a lot of movies. Well, two in particular that scared me. I don't remember what it was about Meet the Robinsons, but that movie scared me for some reason.
Yeah, I
And
can see
also, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Which one?
that. The
with-
first one?
No, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate.
Yeah, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Oh, like when the
That
when the
is a
fat when the
terrifying
fat
movie.
kid gets stuck in the tube, I ran out of the theater because immediately at that point, that's probably where my fear of confined spaces comes from. Is that movie?
And
So
personally,
thank
I
you.
love like confined spaces and stuff like that because like, I could be crushed. It's like my
Oh.
life could end any moment. Thank you.
You love
Oh,
the
boy.
Crusher at the store.
A couple movies that scared me when I was younger was actually Shrek
I
And,
watched that
Jim-
movie
and-
so many
and
times.
Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Okay, yeah.
I
Okay,
mean-
that's just a bad movie.
It's slightly understandable.
Because, you know that one scene where the Grinch is trying to scare Cindy Lou Who out of his lair or whatever?
Yeah.
When he does... like, I was like...
Oh dear.
Run to my room and just hide there.
I don't actually ever remember being scared by any movies. But you know what is a freaking terrifying kids movie?
The Grudge.
No, Watership Down.
Watership Down is not a kids movie, and
It's
anybody
like
who says so has
Rated
not
like
seen
G
Watership
or something.
Down.
And it is actually so terrifying.
It is the most gory kids movie I've ever seen.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's it.
Especially when they're all suffocating.
Please stop.
What are you
Please
doing?
stop.
Why are you on Twitter?
Please join my server at
Oh
bit.ly/mychristianserver, and you will see beautiful gems like the fat Fousey tube when he goes through the magic filter.
What the heck?
That's kind of amazing.
Oh yeah.
Please join the server.
I
By
joined
the
it
way-
for like 2 seconds and
By
I
the
got
way,
confused. And left.
no offenses intended. We are literally just making the most stupid Discord ever.
Oh boy.
Anyways, Discords aside, movies that scared us as children. Continue.
You know, I remember that like the Cat in the Hat. I actually liked it, but it was like kind of weird looking.
Ugh, that's such a bad.
No, it wasn't. It was the best
Like
movie ever made.
it's a terrible movie, but as a kid I was like, huh.
Which movie?
The Cat in the Hat.
You dirty hoe.
Dirty hoe.
You dirty hoe.
Oh yeah, that's a line from the movie.
That's alright.
The one scene from that movie that I enjoyed was the credits.
The credits.
Okay, just the idea that they took. Frick, what's his name? The
Bruce
actor
Willis.
for the cat.
It wasn't
Not
Jim
Bruce
Carrey,
Willis.
was
It was.
It was not Bruce Willis.
it?
That was
Bruce
the
Willis?
fish.
Oh.
Oh.
No, it was the same guy who did Shrek.
Yeah. Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Ah.
There we go.
Oh,
Just
that's
he.
hello.
It is a anthropomorphic furry cat body
saying you dirty hoe.
with Mike Myers' face.
Oh, that's a
Just
terrifying image.
It
whiskers.
is, and that's just that movie.
Oh yeah, that's the entire
then-
movie.
And then they didn't even base it on the book
Not even close.
and
There was elements.
elements.
No, no.
For
But-
example, there was a fish that could talk, and there was a cat that looked like Mike Myers.
Yeah, I remember that from the book.
Yeah, right? Yeah, those were the only things they got from
Like
the
there
book.
was a cleanup machine that was in the book, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like,
You were on this. You were on the server for 1 minute.
I was for 1 minute. I was like, "What's this?" Peace.
yeah.
Oh
But yeah,
god.
that movie is just genuinely terrifying because the thing that's terrifying about The Cat in the Hat is the fact that a movie company actually made that abomination.
Oh dear. Hey, you
Trust
know,
me,
speaking of abominations,
Do we dare talk about the certain abomination?
no,
That's been
no,
plagued-
that's been talked to death
That's
already.
been plagueis the what?
Doth plagueis the wise.
I'm
Tell
sorry.
me, have you heard the tragedy of Doth
Please
plagueis the
stop.
wise? I thought not. It's not a tale that Jedi would tell you.
I remember seeing a meme, and it was like, I changed sorry.
I changed sorry in someone's phone to a thing about Darth Plagueis.
Oh,
and then
boy.
It's just like,
It's amazing. It's like, is it too late now to say and they finish it? And it's like, have you heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I thought not. What was I going to say?
I don't know. Speaking of plagues.
Speaking of plagues,
How about the
locusts.
Black Plague?
Ooh.
Remember that time when Egypt got plagued with locusts? Golden days.
Oh boy, I remember that.
That was a real knee slapper.
Oh boy, that's a real ball breaker. Wait, no.
I
Well, now I'm
guess
just
I guess you
confused.
could say that was a load of grasshoppers.
Okay.
I'm fine, I swear.
Don't swear.
But not on my Christian server.
You can go to... Just kidding.
That was like a backwards segue. Oh, wait.
Back on the topic of movies that scared us as kids.
Oh my gosh, it goes
My
far back.
My sister made me watch the first two Grudge movies when I was 11.
Oh dear.
And I actually loved them.
Is that what
Wow.
slowly built up your tolerance to scary stuff?
Yeah. The Grudge movies were the first horror movies that well, okay.
How
No,
can you
I saw
watch them?
Jaws first. Jaws I saw when I was 5, and apparently, according to my mom and my brother, I was laughing my freaking head off the entire time. Every time someone got killed by a shark, I was just, like, rolling on the floor laughing.
Honey, our son is a demon.
What's that movie where that girl gets her leg bitten off or something?
Oh,
Her arm?
You mean Soul Surfer?
Soul Surfer. That's
Yeah,
based on
that-
a real story.
My
Yeah,
mom
I know
watches
that.
that sometimes.
I remember-
that girl actually came to... It wasn't Calgary Expo.
Oh.
But it was some convention that was in Calgary, and she came there and was talking about that, and yeah, she's really inspirational, like super inspirational person.
Anyways, on to The Grudge or whatever you were talking about.
Oh yeah, so when I was 11, I think it was around then, my sister got me to watch the first 2 Grudge movies for the first time, and like, there's this one scene, not to give any spoilers or anything like that.
I'm not gonna watch it, so
I love those movies.
I fucking hate them.
I mean, as long as we put a
I'm sorry.
spoiler alert, then people can be like,
They're Japanese horror
Fudge.
movies, right?
Fudge.
The original movies were called Ju-on because that's grudge in Japanese or something like that. The American versions of the films are called The Grudge, right? And they made 3 of them. And there's this one scene in the first one, I think, where this girl, I think her name is Yoko or something like that. She went to this closet and she notices this grate or whatever.
Yoko, no, don't go in there.
Yeah, right? She notices this grate.
"Don't go in there."
And so she climbs up in the closet and peeks into the attic.
Oh,
God, you're
my
gonna say peas. I'm
She peeks into the attic area
Oh dear.
through this grate there. And you just see, like, this hand reach out, grab her by the jaw, and rip her upwards.
Ooh.
And later, you see her dead, except alive, and her jaw got ripped off, and her tongue is hanging out. And it's like,
Stop.
as
Oh
an
my God.
11-year-old, that scared the bejesus out of me. Like,
Really?
I
and
can understand that.
understandable, right?
How
But
about
let's debate
great
the
thing?
possibility of yanking someone up into a shaft by their jaw.
Well, I mean, when you're a demon like
Vsauce,
You know,
Michael
but-
here. Is
but-
it possible to yank somebody into a shaft using only
But if
their
they
jaw?
pulled her all the way up, then the jaw wouldn't have fallen off as she was pulling her up. Otherwise, she would have broke off and fell onto the ground.
Well, no, but
Let's
like,
not overanalyze
it probably
this.
got ripped off afterwards while the Grudge was doing the killing.
Probably. Anyway, actually, there's one scary movie that happened once. One time, me and my mom was like family movie night, and we're like, "Hey, what's this movie?" It's something about like the hole or something, and it was the description was like these 2 boys find this hole in their basement, which leads to a world beyond their imagination. Turns out it's like a horror movie disguised as like those family
Was it
films.
called like Tunnels or something?
I don't know, but it started off like these kids move into a new house. There's like the older teenage boy who doesn't care about anything except for the girl next door, and then there's like,
Oh, that's typical.
and
What
then,
is that? The hole.
and then they go in the basement and they find like this thing and they throw something down into it, and then it disappears or something.
And then there's a whole
And then they
person.
put like a fishing rod with some like a stuffy down. They bring it up and it's all like destroyed and stuff. And then they put a camera down there and they get like footage of, like these weird eyes moving around and like there's this creepy doll ends up in this guy's bed and we're like, what is going on? And then finally at this scene where this girl's in the bathroom and all of a sudden there's like this girl like you can't really see her face but she's like dripping blood and she's like walking towards her. We're like, hey mom, yeah, let's watch Stitch now.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch just like, okay, bye. This movie deceived me.
Deceived.
I personally love horror
Yeah.
if it can be done right.
I
Like
hate
on
horror
hindsight, it was
if it
probably a
can
pretty
be
terrible
made at
horror
all.
movie.
Like there's a lot of horror things that are done very well. Like, have you seen M. Night Shyamalan's new film Split?
Yeah.
No.
That was a horror movie?
Speaking of
It's a horror
Split,
movie.
Banana.
The last half of the movie is
Okay.
a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like it starts out as like this
Spoiler
this
alert.
drama, but then it transitions into this like really drastic horror movie experience. And what more can you expect from Blumhouse? They are fantastic at doing horror movies.
No opinion.
The
No
thing
comment.
with Blumhouse is they either do really amazing horror movies or drastically terrible horror movies. There's no in between. Yeah. Also, speaking of horror, I'm gonna be forcing Jonathan over here to play a bunch of horror games with me for October on my channel.
Hey, boy.
Because he's terrified of horror games.
When people like a lot of times when people or things scare me, a lot of times I just yell "F me" just over and over and over again.
In case you want a reference, go and watch our playthrough of Bendy and the Ink Machine chapters 1 and 2.
When's episode 3 coming out? I don't know.
It's coming out when
have you seen the trailer for it?
The trailer for this third episode?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
It has an actual animated segment that's like an old Mickey cartoon.
That sounds cool.
It's
kind of
so
awesome.
cute.
It's adorable.
Neato.
And,
I love every
and then
person
it
that
starts
does.
showing gameplay from chapter 3, and it's like, what is that? What is that? What is that? Why are you being chased? Why are you hiding inside a thing? Why does he find you even though you're hiding inside a thing?
Because
That
horror.
sounds pretty done. Before the hiding inside a thing, and then they finding you hide inside a thing.
Well,
I mean,
but
that's
it's
like
just a-
that's
it's
just
a trailer.
Yeah.
that's a stereotypical sort of horror.
Out of the
thing.
like 3.5 minute long trailer, only 30 seconds of it is actual gameplay. So, actually, probably not even that much.
So,
a needle pulling thread.
So hey,
yeah.
let's ask a question that I'm sure a lot of people are curious about.
Yeah.
What's up with you and gaming?
What?
You and gaming.
Me and gaming?
Yeah.
In gaming.
You seem to have like a broken relationship.
Broken.
Like,
Well, it's complicated.
one of you is the abuser, but then the other turns into an abuser for a while, and then you do a bunch of streams, but then they end up just being Jackbox because nobody cares.
Last time I think I had like actually only Digiman show up for a few minutes. It was great.
Yeah.
Honestly, when nobody shows up to my streams and I end the stream, I feel empty. It's just like I start the stream and nobody shows up after like 15 minutes and I feel empty and I almost end the stream and then somebody's like, sup? And I'm like, you've given me a reason to live again.
Well, it's like I do a bunch of Minecraft streams recently.
Yeah, those people show up to those.
It's funny because people show up because I'm playing the Wii U version, and I'm like, if you have it on Wii U, you just add me to your friends list, and you can join my world and stuff like that. And so I'm just playing with the viewers, and they can come mining with me if they want.
and they can grief.
They
Good
can grief, but generally I kick them
Charlie
off the server
Brown.
if they do. But yeah, stuff like that, and I don't like. One time, when I streamed Minecraft, there was like nobody that showed up whatsoever, right? But it's fine because Minecraft is the kind of game that I play when I'm just wanting to chill out, right?
Same.
So if nobody shows up, then it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna chill and mine for a little while. And then there was a bunch of people. There was a bunch of people one time, and I didn't talk for like straight half an hour while I was playing, and they were just like, "Is your microphone turned off?" And I'm like, "No, I just completely zone out when I play Minecraft."
Anyway,
So,
back to the
It's a
question.
super chill out kind of game. You have to play something like that. Like if
What
you
was
have
the question?
if you have a low subscriber count, play games that you are used to just chilling out with.
Or play games that people can like join, or like one reason I've got more subscribers after that Fine Bros stream was partly because I started doing Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
people like seeing me fail, even though you hate seeing me fail because you know what to
Because
do.
I know how to play Mario, and you're so bad at it.
But at the same time, a lot of people find interest in other people just being terrible at it.
Well, and then not only that is you get mad.
Oh, believe
not,
me,
not a lot of people on YouTube actually get openly mad. Mad enough to break their GameCube controller.
It's still in one
because
piece.
Toadette on Mario Party 7.
Listen, let's just say Toadette.
Oh, damn.
For the sake of a clean podcast, it's a terrible person that should be murdered.
Oh, damn.
That was a good stream.
She's a mushroom?
Assuming your gender?
I'm gonna... You know what? I'm just gonna eat
Assuming
that.
a fungi's gender?
Sounds like a fun
I'm just gonna
guy.
eat her.
So here's what gaming has to do with my channel. So I used to do Let's Plays.
Yeah, those were some good times.
I mean, they were okay, but I didn't really enjoy making them that
I
much,
really
though.
miss our Kirby video that we did.
Oh, it's still there. It's just in a playlist.
Well, yeah, but it's in your classic Swift playlist.
That's because my
It's
voice
not
is
up
like...
on
I
the-
still plan on making a. One of my plans for videos is these are the videos that Swift doesn't want you to see. I'm gonna
they're
sit you
still in
down
there.
and make you watch.
Oh,
some
that
of
actually
your old
sounds
videos.
pretty fun. So, here's this gaming deal. So, I'm thinking my gaming section of my channel will just be restricted to live streams.
I've kind of
And
thought
my
that
normal
about
videos
mine,
will
too.
normally not be that much about gaming unless I do a game review.
I've thought that about mine too, because gaming videos for me aren't exactly as much fun and like rewarding to do as live streams where people can actually watch and I can chat with people. I'm not great at
Your Wii Sports Resort videos.
those Wii Sports Resort videos. I should make a compilation of those, or somebody should
do
make.
it.
Okay,
Do it!
it's like those are kind of fun, but at the same time, if I can put them out consistently, people will kind of almost get tired of them.
Yeah.
I found on my channel, it's almost like when there's consistency, people start to get less interested.
Yeah.
Which is probably not what most people, like most of those people who say, oh yeah, so this is how you do YouTube correctly. A lot of them will say, yeah, you should stick to a schedule and keep uploading, or keep streaming and keep streaming. But I find if I do things sort of on a weird schedule, people are more interested when something does happen.
Yeah. Well, like, I generally try to do daily gaming videos, right? And I haven't in a while just because I've been extremely busy. But, like, yeah, I want to get back into doing daily gaming videos because what I did, I think actually kind of worked, is I would have, like, 4 or 5 series running at one time, right? And then they would alternate between them throughout every day, right? So I would have, like, Dark Souls, then Mario, then insert thing here, then insert thing here, right? And then it would go back to the beginning and do the next episode of Mario and the next episode of Dark Souls.
It's me.
Mario.
And that way I can have variety in what I'm doing. And then as soon as a series ends, then I put up the next game and stuff like that. And that way I have a lot of different... I have consistency in my channel, but also I'm switching between things a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot more people have stayed interested because of that.
Yeah.
I need to actually start putting videos up again, because it's been about a month.
Fiddle-dee potatoes.
I'm gonna
Besides Get the Spank, which has almost 500 views.
I'm actually going to check that right now. See how many.
Please
views
check.
I have.
It's what the people want.
Yeah, exactly.
People want Spanx. That's.
Can you please make? Can we
We
please
should
make?
do, like, Get the Spank 2 on the Cybersoup channel and have it be, like, a super cinematic video.
No, you just have to line up everyone just like...
Let's just find as many people who are willing to participate as possible, line them up from one end of the basement to the other, and just be like, all right, bend,
Okay.
and just go,
Okay. Okay. 1 week ago, from when it was filmed and uploaded, it now has 473 views.
Well,
Well, it's funny because Randy keeps telling me that he keeps rewatching it.
So do I. I don't know why. I'm just like,
dang it!
Did your elastic break?
Yes, it did.
Oh,
That
fun.
sounded scary.
Ow. Well, how would you feel if somebody, like, shot an elastic into your mouth,
I've had that happen, actually.
and it hits with, like, the velocity of 1,000 suns?
The
Velocity
velocity
of
of
1,000
the sun
Damn.
shouldn't be moving.
No,
If the sun
normally
is
things
moving,
orbit
I'm
around
sure
it.
we're all screwed.
Oh, dear.
uh-oh.
Do you need to go get another one?
No, I'm going to the dentist tomorrow to
Yeah,
get a
they'll
refresher
fix
on
it.
how to do that because I
Yeah.
forgot.
Well.
Oh, my mouse feels so free. Also, press the button on the camera.
Yeah, we lost video like for a minute.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're back.
Hey.
Hey!
That's
Yeah,
an attractive
so, like,
face.
We'll be right back after this messages.
This
after
message.
this message.
We'll be right back right after this. This! And we're back.
Potential.
Actually, I feel like we should go into our mid segment.
Ooh.
What is that?
Oh.
Where the silent monk known as Morgan gets to speak.
So,
Okay.
Let me find a fan fiction of my own then.
Ooh, a fan
fiction.
fiction.
Can we read fan fictions
Okay.
for the rest of this
Please
episode?
yes.
speaking of fan
Veggie
fiction,
Tales fan fiction.
Speaking of
Veggietales
fan fiction,
fan
be sure that you go to the Jonathan Higgins channel and watch the Werewing Reads Doctor Who fan fiction video.
Which should hopefully be up before I go to Insomnia 61 in Birmingham, UK.
You can go find Adam at Insomnia in the UK.
I shall be representing the podcast and Cybersoup, even though I won't have any sort of Cybersoup merch. I should have bought some Cybersoup
What have you
merch.
found?
You should have at least bought stickers.
Yeah, some
Because the
stickers.
stickers are super
Stickers.
inexpensive.
Maybe I'll just print out some
You
I'll
finding Veggietales fan fiction?
Yes, sure.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. Actually, you should go on fanfiction.net and look up Club Penguin fanfiction.
And now it's
because,
time
oh my
for
goodness.
Silly Songs with Larry.
The part of the show where Larry comes out and sings.
A silly song.
There's a Club Penguin?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Yeah, Club Penguin
it's
fanfiction.
like I should just make a sheet full of just soups and then just cut them all out and just be like
Have a
With
soup
the link
recipe.
on the back.
Soup
youtube.com/channel/UGASCAK_.
Yeah.
bit.ly/cybersoup.yt. There we go.
CyberSoupENT
CyberSoupENT.
on
You
Twitter.
guys keep talking. I'm trying to
Yeah,
find a
okay.
good one.
Alright, well,
Speaking speaking of bananas, potassium.
Potassium. And now it's time for our sponsored message. We are not sponsored by bananas, but that's okay. Because bananas have potassium. And potassium is good for your bones. Or is it?
one might even say potassium is K with me.
Hey, pass the potassium. Okay.
Okay?
Two
It's
chemists
almost
walk
like
into
that
a bar.
joke hasn't been done so much.
Get on the floor.
Okay.
Put your
Open the door,
hands up.
Get on the floor. Everybody want
Yeah,
the
the dinosaur.
All of
Hey, do you guys want
get
to hear
on
a
the
chemistry
floor.
joke?
What are you, an
Sure.
echidna?
Two
Please
chemists
put all
walk
those
into
away.
a bar. One says, I'll have some H2O. The other says, I'll have some H2O too. And then he died.
That's
Also, you should not.
I don't get it,
you
but I
should
also
not
kind of
eat
get
that
it.
right now.
What?
You should not eat that right now.
I'm not eating
We're
this
going
banana.
to use the rest of these four as a prop for a video. that
I'm
we're
holding
recording
this
after the
banana
podcast.
like
I'm
it is
actually
my
gonna do a
baby.
Veggietales because I couldn't find anything.
VeggieTales?
Sweet.
Alright.
Did you find one?
No, just look.
Anjury vegetal.
Injury vegetal.
I found vegetal in my soup. Anjury.
What?
I did not ask for vegetal in my soup. I found vegetal in my soup. Injury.
What?
Anjury doggo.
Injury
Oh.
vegetal.
Okay.
Okay.
The
What have you
vegetal is
found?
Anjury.
All right.
Alright.
Pray
You ready?
tell.
Speak, heathen. Speak. Make sure it's clean.
Yeah.
As
okay.
clean as a fanfiction can be.
Like a
Wait,
rubber
you guys
ducky.
keep talking. I'm just gonna quickly glance through to see if there are any bad words.
I mean, you
You
could
can-
just
even if
replace
there's bad
it
words,
with
you can
fun
just replace
euphemisms
them.
like pants.
Okay.
I'm tired of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. All right, I'm going to put the microphone in front of you
Why?
because then
bananas.
you can dramatically read.
Welcome everybody to the halfway portion.
Speak louder, heathen.
Lean in.
Welcome to the halfway portion of the podcast where I read fan fiction or something, some sort of story that we find on the internet.
Remember when you read a joke last time?
That was stupid.
It was so bad.
That was a stupid joke. I was like,
Welcome to Reddit, where nobody is funny. Except for those in the comments.
all right, this one's going to be a little long, but that's okay.
That's okay.
It
That's
is a
okay.
podcast.
Yes, podcasts
All
are
right.
designed to be long.
Welcome everybody to the fan fiction known as The End of Veggietales.
Well, I'm excited for this.
Yes.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all vegetals?
One way or another.
Did you know vegetables scream? I don't know.
The
Continue.
smaller the
Alright,
battery, the
continue.
louder it screams.
Larry the Cucumber and Bob the Tomato were at a kitchen, about to perform the show they had for years. Little did they know that would be the show's last episode, and that they were both going to die.
Jeez.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, Bob, said Larry. Have you seen Junior? I haven't seen him all day. That's his voice, right?
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
That's actually pretty accurate.
Me either, said Bob. There's been a lot of other characters who have gone missing lately. But who cares? We've got a show to perform, said Bob.
It's
cares?
for
Whatever you
kids.
say, Bob, said Larry. Who's reading this next? Yeah.
What, are we
Oh, it's
switching
Bob. Okay. Hey, kids. Today we're... fuck me, whatever. Today we're going to teach you about non-believers, people that don't believe in God. Those guys suck. If you see one of them, tell them to go to heck, because that's that's just where they're going, shouted Bob.
Oh, my goodness.
Unbeknownst to Bob, a giant gloved hand was reaching towards them. Bob, said Larry, trying to warn Bob about the hand. But now, Larry, I'm trying to... Wait, not now, Larry. I'm trying to tell the kids something, Bob said in an angry tone, irritated.
Oh, angry and irritated.
Yeah. Speaking of heck...
Speaking of
That's...
Oh, bamboozled again.
was
tears
Okay.
from my eyes.
That's our next topic for today. Heck is a scary place where demons and all kinds of nasty things do to you. Kinky things.
Oh my goodness! What is this? What the heck? Oh.
Well, I mean, Larry is a cucumber.
The title of this video, YouTube and Veggietale Kings.
Oh, dear.
With Swift Click.
Yeah, just tag me right on there.
Things you can't even imagine. It's not a place you want to go, kids. No siree, Bob explained to the children. The gloved hand was much closer to them. Bob, said Larry. What? Can't you see I'm trying to do a show here? Sheesh, exclaimed Bob. The hand grabbed them and shoved them into a bag. Suffice to say, their end was near. That's
Suffice to say.
suffice.
Hey, can I have some ice? Sorry, continue.
Hours later.
3 hours later.
3 hours later. Larry and Bob found themselves in another kitchen, but there was something different about it. Nonetheless, Larry and Bob were not terribly concerned about the situation.
That should be the title of the video.
I-
Nevertheless, Larry and Bob were not entirely concerned about the situation.
I guess God's sending us on a joyride, said Bob. Yeah, that's a perfect explanation, agreed Larry. But deep down, he wasn't so sure. They
Oh my.
They hopped around, not concerned about their situation in the slightest. Not Bob, anyways. Until they found a strange-looking salad.
Oh
no.
That would be like a pile of dismembered corpses for them. It's tomato juice. Face.
Trying to read. Bob, said Larry, his face suddenly turned pale.
How does a cucumber turn pale?
Exactly.
After it's left out in the sun for too long. Have you not seen Pickle Rick?
What? Said Bob. I think you should look at this, said Larry. Bob looked along with Larry, and his face turned pale as well. Inside the salad was Junior, chopped up inside the salad.
Poor Junior.
That poor asparagus. Who puts asparagus in a salad?
I do. Junior was not the only victim of this mysterious chef. Multiple Veggietales characters had been killed as well.
He said matter-of-factly.
Archibald Asparagus, the Green Onions, Mr. Neezer, the French Peas,
Not the French peas.
Franken-celery, Madame Blueberry, and Mr. Lunt had all been killed by this mysterious chef.
Oh.
Oh my God! Said Larry. Gosh. Larry screamed, noticing the bloody corpse. Noticing the bloody corpses that were in the salad. This is all in caps, by the way. Who could be doing this? He killed all our friends and now they're all dead. Dead!
He killed all our friends and now they're dead.
Friends and now they're all dead.
What?
It's weird how that happened.
What?
That's what it says. As if to answer Larry's questions, the chef suddenly came in the room with a malicious grin on his face.
Oh boy. Those...
Ah! He's going to kill us, said Bob. And indeed, he was.
He's gonna kill us and we're gonna die.
Reaching into a sack of supplies, he pulled out a big butcher knife, chopping Larry into itty tiny pieces. Sweet Jeebus, said Bob right before he was sliced in half. All the veggie characters were now dead. The chef was none other than the devil.
That's the twist, right?
Oh.
Who was the
Shush, I'm not done.
M. Night Shyamalan?
I'm not done.
Just gonna say
I'm
that.
not done. Shush. Wanting to kill all of the Veggietales characters for their religious beliefs and cut their show off the air. Without the Veggietales characters, the show would have to be cancelled. He had succeeded in his goal and laughed maniacally. The end.
Wow.
Hold on. Created by... Oh, for the love of Pete.
Okay.
So that now we know what M. Night Shyamalan's screen name is on fanfiction.
Yeah, he writes fan fiction about Veggietales.
Obviously.
That was good.
You know, speaking of Veggietales, what did you guys think of the show when you were younger?
I love it.
I love that show, man.
I still love that show.
It's great.
I'm gonna be
And now
honest.
welcome to Love Songs with Mr. Lunt, where Mr. Lunt comes out and sings a love song.
I don't remember the show fondly. I know I've probably seen it a little bit, but I don't remember it fondly.
It
Fondly.
used to be
Oh,
a Christian
man.
show, and now it's not anymore because
Okay.
Netflix picked it up.
Veggies
They did?
in the house and also
What are they
veggies in
doing
the
with
city
it? Are they killing each
The-
other?
is
What is this?
so
No,
bad.
it's terrible. Like it's actually a terribly made
Just
kid
get
show.
HBO
It's in
to pick it up.
it's in
HBO
the
picked up
same-
Sesame Street.
It's in the same line as like the original Dora the Explorer, except even more unbearable.
Ugh.
It's like
I was a
what-
bad guppy daddy.
It's like why?
Actual
it's like,
line from the show.
It's like you would think that if Netflix picked up VeggieTales, they would make it better. It's like maybe like. It's like, who knows? They could have added a little more violence and death to Sesame
More
Street
violence
since
and death.
HBO picked it up.
Oh, damn.
I mean, many characters from Sesame Street have been on John Oliver multiple times.
Yeah.
I love HBO, except for Game of Thrones. I could care less. Actually, I care very little.
Well, see, but if it weren't for Game of Thrones, then you wouldn't have John Oliver.
Amen.
Because the dragon money is paying for all of his freaking... Seriously, he says, and I quote, that the dragon money is keeping him out of legal trouble. Because he has been sued by so many people, and HBO's just okay with it.
Yeah, like he did this one thing on some oil dude. I forget what his
Don't
name
sue
was.
out of here. Someone
It's like
professional.
no, it was on a coal mine, and this dude who owned a coal mine is like, he's like suing John Oliver
if
now.
you talk badly about the coal mine on TV, you will get sued by his company or something like that. And
Same.
what? Oh, battery. Good.
I have another battery.
Okay, good.
You're a battery.
Yeah, so like
But yeah, so he got sued by this coal
I will perish.
company, and yeah, it was a
well,
bad.
I think I wonder how the lawsuit is going because I haven't heard much of like how that lawsuit's going along.
Actually, John Oliver went on Stephen Colbert's show recently and talked about it, and he was just like, probably shouldn't be talking about this. In fact, my advisor over there is telling me to not talk about this, but I'm going to talk about this. And so, yeah, he...
to pause the recording.
yes, go ahead.
We'll be back.
Right after this.
But yeah, so he was just like, pretty much the dragon money is paying for everything.
And we're back.
I also, unrelated thing. Also, is it going?
Yeah. Oh, let me get the screen out for you.
I can't see myself.
I'm at soup. Anyways,
Shut up.
Caveman Films reply. He posted on Twitter, "Who like Minecraft?"
Hi, Minecraft.
And I was like, "But what's the wicked amount of dedicated land?" And he replies, "You have a server?" Oh, I was thinking about 350. I was like, "Yay!"
Oh, my.
Somebody with the verified tag replied to me.
I mean, it's actually kind of surprising that ETH doesn't have a verified tag.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised about that.
Hashtag verify ETH goes boom.
Hashtag verify ETH goes boom.
I see
Hashtag
now.
verified ETH goes boom.
What?
At verified.
At verified ETH goes boom.
Hashtag ETH goes boom.
So,
Oh.
What kind of
you're trying to choke on chocolate milk.
I hope so.
chocolate milk?
Yeah, you should
Something
send that to
dry
at
and
verified.
others feel the pain.
Chocolate milk. What?
Is the at verified account verified?
No.
Yes. Why wouldn't they be?
Oh god, I'm gonna throw up.
Don't do that, please. I'm the closest one to you.
So,
Throws up on laptop and kills podcast.
by the
Well.
way, welcome back from our little break.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
we're back.
You play like a millisecond of elevator music for that break. Just doop.
We might get copyright strike if we do that.
No, a millisecond.
Yeah,
To be honest, I'll probably edit this podcast on the plane.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. As long as it goes
Plain
up
and
by
simple.
next Wednesday.
I assume the plane will be going up.
Shut up.
Oh, don't scare him like that. Jeez.
Wow.
How dare you?
You.
You monster.
Yeah, we built a new kind. Guys, we built a new kind of plane. So normal plane goes up in the sky. Ours actually burrows underground. It's not like a bird. It's more like a mole.
That would actually be pretty cool.
That would be actually awesome.
I
Just
would
like they
not
go
want-
under a main city, like break them through the subway, and like take out like a train.
It just kind of goes.
It's like you know.
Oh, it's like a worm. It eats the dirt and then poops it out as it's going and fills in its hole it leaves.
Well, it's kind of like the mole man from the mole people from the second Incredibles.
Spoiler alert. We saw that. We had a screening.
So actually, it's kind of already been the plot of an entire video game.
I know, and the name is the same too.
Yeah.
I don't know
And
why they
also,
did that.
that is a very good game.
I should try.
And
it
also,
sometime.
if the movie has the exact same plot, I'm actually going to be upset. Because it's just like, oh, we wasted our money on this. Good.
Okay, but The Incredibles is such a
The
good movie.
Incredibles is good
Yeah.
and has the catchiest theme song
Yeah.
out of anything.
As everybody's eardrums as everybody's eardrums just rupture.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you wearing headphones?
I'm sorry, were you wearing headphones?
It's too bad. Would you like some mouth noises? Oh god.
We're not doing another ASMR
Oh
podcast.
no.
You know what? Maybe one of these days we'll get as many mics as we can and do an ASMR podcast.
Oh, I would actually. And we just got to start screaming in the middle of it and then stop and keep going.
We got it. What we got to
Just
do is
surprise
turn the
people.
mics
Well, I mean,
onto that.
among the four of us, we have
Okay,
three
I
of
was-
this kind
whatever.
of
we gotta like have it like super quiet, so I have to turn all the volume all the way up and right in the middle. And we start screaming. We start screaming and then oh
like,
gosh.
just turn these mics onto that thing that actually lets you like
the
that,
stereo, like the surround sound kind of thing.
Didn't we like try and like stuff your brother into his closet with the wireless headphones on?
We tried to do that to Michael. We filmed a thing where we did like a backwards reverb kind of thing to make us sound like crazy demons, and we did like a 360 like audio experience. We're like, "Hey, Michael, how does it feel to have someone in your mind?" And then you hit your head, and we started laughing. I still have it on my computer. It's pretty great.
Oh, you said that to me.
I also still have when Proboy tried to do his Splatoon song parody they recorded, and it was so bad. It's still in
Oh,
it. It's called, and it's like
I've
a folder called Blackmail. It's great.
Speaking of recordings that we have that haven't surfaced yet, how about a recording that we haven't actually done yet that all 4 of us, are the main things in,
Pew, 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 pew.
known as the Cringe Conspiracy 2.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh!
Do you want to talk about that for a little bit?
I don't even know what there is to talk about because I haven't really been
You
part
haven't
of it
read
very
the
much.
script, have you?
No, is there a new script since the last
Yeah,
one?
there's a new script.
Oh, I haven't read that.
Yeah,
should
you
send
should
it to me.
definitely read the new
It
script.
Is it
has
in-
2 acts at the moment.
Is it in the folder?
It is.
It's
Ah.
yes, I think it's in
I think I've shared it with you. Anyways, the Cringe Conspiracy 2 shall come out hopefully by the end of September.
Hopefully.
Oh,
That is the
There.
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough.
well, we've got like
We've
once
got the
I get
majority of
once
the
I get
script written.
once I get back, we have a month. 31 days?
30 days.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of we're working on it. The main thing with it is just getting everyone together at one time.
Yeah.
Because like myself and Morgan and Adam and Swift and Sam all have to and Reanimates all have to be there at one time, pretty much.
We need
We can record the part with Reanimates later, but
like I can schedule days off of work, but I would almost rather not,
Die.
yeah, exactly.
because
Same.
Yeah.
it's going to be complicated to get a filming schedule in.
But most of the thing, like
This
most
time
of the
we-
script that we have written is in
Beautiful.
the evening.
Mm.
So it's the majority of the thing is set in the evening.
And this time we won't lose the audio, Swift.
I looked through all my computer and then I was like, there's nothing important on here, and then I wiped it because it was not working.
Oh yeah, he had to wipe his Surface and send it away. I
Yeah,
mean, I had
that's
to
still
just wipe
upsetting.
my phone.
I
Like,
looked through all the folders looking for important stuff and I didn't find it.
also, usually we record this podcast through my phone, but today we have an actual camera.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
And an EOS something.
Yeah, that one.
T4i.
4?
How much is that kind of camera?
I have no idea. Just my
Probably
mother's.
a lot.
Whoa, my ear's ringing on the right side.
Nice.
That sounds like fun.
Woo-wee.
Did you know that when your ear is ringing,
It means you'll never hear that tone again.
you will never hear that exact tone ever again?
That is
That's weird.
So the
potentially
more,
not
the
true.
more
That is
ringing
probably
that you
somewhat
hear
true.
throughout your life, the more your hearing is fading.
Dun-dun,
Which actually makes a lot of
dun-dun.
That's kind of sad.
Da-da-da-da-da.
That makes me sad. Thanks for making me sad.
Makes me want to
Oh,
kill
yeah.
myself.
Everyone is
No problem, I'll do it for you.
Everyone's growing older by every second that they are alive, and everyone is slowly dying
How about
from the
you
time
don't?
they are born.
Time is a contract
But-
of human invention.
An illusion created by meh, 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 meh.
Oh
I
man!
could do
Did
that
you know
one.
the people that are making make that "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" to do in an episode of Gumball?
Ooh,
Yeah.
really?
That
Yeah,
sounds
yeah, yeah.
That sounds amazing.
They are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing like a puppet version of one of the Amazing World of Gumball episodes or something. Not like one of the episodes in a new episode, but with like puppets.
Yeah.
And that sounds like super legit. Why are you taking blurry selfies?
Oh my gosh, you look like Frankenstein.
What the heck?
Oh,
Is this a common pastime for you?
yes, we
See,
legitimately the three of us sat upstairs from here for 45 minutes and only did Snapchat pictures.
we literally
For
sent
45 minutes.
We sent blurry Snapchats
Oh.
and terrible filters to each other for a good 45 minutes.
It was amazing. It was
Oh,
probably the best.
damn.
It was probably the best hangout time I've had with these dorks.
Thanks,
Excuse me.
thanks,
That's
babe.
rude.
I love both of you.
A dork.
A dork is a whale
wheel
penis.
I said wheel penis.
A wheel penis.
Is it wheel?
A
back in the days when the caveman created the first wheel.
That was the original glory hole.
Yeah, okay.
I'm so confused. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Explicit podcast.
Whoopsie.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we should just mark every single podcast
Every episode is.
I'm
marked as
sorry,
explicit.
everyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's changeable on SoundCloud when we upload.
Yeah, but not on Google Play. That's only a thing. That's a thing you can only mark once.
And one day to be on iTunes. One day.
One day.
Yeah, if we reach $30 on Patreon,
If this video gets
30 500 likes.
And I would like 500 times, and I would like 500 more.
Just defeat a man who's hungry for some likes and falls down the stairs.
Ba-da-ba.
What just happened?
Oh boy.
Falls down the sub-count.
We are especially good at improv here at the JAMAcast podcast.
Absolutely.
Hey, let's play some improv games.
Okay.
Here's the first one. Podcast. It's where you
Ooh,
do a
let's
podcast.
let's do a quick finish my sentence challenge.
Okay.
Okay.
You start.
Once.
There.
Was
A
Severed.
Tiger.
that
was
Very.
Very.
ill?
Well, okay.
so.
No, that's a new sentence. That's the whole sentence.
Oh.
Severed tiger. That was very.
Why
very
is he? What is a severed tiger?
He's like cut in half.
Okay.
Alright, good.
He was ill.
Okay, now you start.
One.
Time.
There
Was.
At.
At.
at
I want you to say the word.
I hear at and I'm
Wait.
thinking of my Twitter
Wait,
username.
wait, is
one
at
time
least-
there was at.
Was at least a word?
Yeah, at least
There's
it
one
would make sense, but it's not.
Well,
a
at
word.
least,
Yeah.
but
Okay, hold on. What was the sentence?
The only,
one
once-
time there was at.
The only thing you can really say is least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only word that fits
Say
there.
least. Want me to change the word?
Yeah, please. One time there was
$4
million.
dollars.
Well, that's just a sentence.
Continue.
Owned.
by
A
President.
Who?
meant
terrible.
Things.
Who meant terrible things. We dare not speak his name.
All right.
We don't speak his name.
we just say the president and everyone's like
oh, that guy.
Every time you say his name, his power grows stronger.
All right. Potassium.
Pumpkins.
Potassium.
Pardon me?
Potassium pumpkins. Buy them now at your local
Potassium.
superstore.
Is
Succulent.
and
Often.
eaten.
By.
primates.
Primates.
Primates?
Primate?
Primates?
Primates.
Those
Known.
primate, and
As
bananas. Hoogalugas.
Hoogaluga.
Hoogaluga.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10
Yeah.
Hoogalugas.
would say the sentence over again until it loses all meaning.
Hoogaluga.
Flamboyantly.
Seymour.
Cow's way.
Decided
To
Shimmy.
Down.
to
the
Supermarket.
To
buy
hookers.
Buy them now at your local supermarket.
for the low, low price of $19.99.
Alright, so
By the hour.
flamboyantly, Seymour shimmied down to the supermarket to buy hookers.
Oh
Can we
my.
continue this?
yeah, so we can.
Continue
Okay,
this
let's
for a little
continue
bit.
the story.
Hookers.
To buy hookers.
Are we starting a new sentence with the
No,
same story?
we'll just continue that sentence.
How would you continue that sentence?
If you say the word I'm
For-
thinking of.
Or
For.
Research.
That
he
What?
research that
That
he
flamboyantly
Flamboyantly. There we go.
flamboyantly Seymour shimmied down to the supermarket to buy hookers for research that he
Needed.
For
his
penis.
Gosh.
I was trying to think of a word that was not penis, and I could not.
Oh dear. How dare you acknowledge a
Bollocks.
human anatomy on the stream or a podcast?
the club.
I mean, it's already explicit because he
Oh,
said
dear.
fuck twice.
And now you said it again. Congratulations.
I'm sorry. It was my
for
fault.
fuck's sake.
For heck's sakes.
Oh, heck.
Can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe... What's your profanity? What's your
Anyways.
profanity?
Let's continue.
So,
It's just spiraling down.
it's just going down.
Are we
the
continuing
toilet.
the sentence further?
No, this sentence has just
I'm
died.
pretty sure that doing research for his penis is good enough.
You know, I think it was good
It's
enough
not good
before
enough.
we continue the sentence.
Start with a new word.
Bananas.
Are
Not.
Spherical.
Because.
they
Can't.
They can't operate
In.
military
Environment.
You know what would actually have made sense there? Is like microgravity. Because everything naturally becomes a sphere in microgravity if it's like a liquid. But no, military.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
I'm glad the average person can understand what you just said.
You know, like if there's like liquid in microgravity, it'll be like, bloop, it'll make a sphere.
Oh.
That's just liquid in any sort of gravity that isn't ours.
No, but in ours it goes like, and on the ground.
That's why I said any that isn't ours.
Anyway, how about that military environment? You need these military bananas, military grade bananas. Buy them now at your local supermarket.
Morgan?
What?
Start a sentence.
When
The.
I was about to say something bad.
Why do you always get the
immediately.
nouns?
When the drummer
Quit.
the
Orchestra.
he
Committed.
suicide.
oh damn
Okay, you know, I was like, I wonder what
Because-
creative way they could take this without going to. Oh, he went there.
Because he
Had
Depression.
Do.
to
his.
Drumming.
I was gonna go like,
can we just know
dude, this is just getting sad. Either it's sad or it's explicit. There's no in between.
He loved.
I just
killed him.
imagine like the drummer in this orchestra and there were other drummers already, so he was the one who was playing the triangle, but he kept messing up the timing, so he was just super depressed.
He's got like the triangle. He's like, oh, it's my chance. Ow!
I can just imagine him going.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
Oh. And the problem, the reason he can't drum is because he's depressed that he can't drum.
Because he's only ever on triangle.
Oh. Oh, don't leave us.
I can just imagine it going.
Oh my god, that is the saddest thing.
Oh. Hey, we got any books lying around? Want to do that game where you touch a book and then you read whatever sentence you get?
You know, you want to run up to my new room and just grab a random book and bring it down? No. I think you could use some cool down.
Actually, I'll go.
Yeah.
Wearing is gonna.
We'll all go together.
This should be a new segment.
Oh god.
What, books or?
Yeah,
Just leave
books.
a couple books down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeez.
Oh, dear.
You know,
See,
What have I done?
You know,
you know,
let
in
it-
writers' rooms, they should really use these methods to come up with incredible dramas.
I know, right? A man who is depressed because he can't drum because he can only play the triangle, but he can only play the triangle off beat.
And then the more he gets offbeat, the more depressed he gets, and the more offbeat he gets, and soon he's just like,
Then he just shoves the triangle down his throat.
oh god,
What have I done?
what have you done? You could have been like, because you committed a felony or something. I don't know. No, he committed suicide because
You
he's
could have
sad.
said anything else, but you decided to make him depressed because he
I
can't
was gonna
play
say
the
he had an
triangle.
addiction to something, but oh, he had depression, and then you went with the suicide. Like, gotta make everything so sad in
You had to
here.
go with suicide because of triangle.
Triangle suicide.
Oh my god.
Speaking of triangles,
So here's how we're gonna do this.
Oh god.
Actually, let him explain, because we actually played this game.
we have.
We played this game on an old series I did only 2 episodes of called Higgins Unscripted.
Oh, Jesus.
That series died really quick because
Oh.
I'm thinking Higgins Unscripted almost just became sort of JAMAcast, because Higgins Unscripted was basically a conversation.
Actually, I remember that.
And it was just kind of, back when Douglas actually wanted to do YouTube.
Oh, I remember Douglas.
Yeah, Douglas was cool.
Yeah, man, I miss
You
I
know,
don't
Douglas,
remember
if you're
Douglas
listening,
because all your videos with him are gone.
yeah, well, most of them are privated or unlisted just because they're terrible videos.
Okay.
All right, so basically what we're going to do is he's going to close his eyes, open up the book, and read something dramatic.
Well, what we'll do is we'll have you choose it because you have the magical finger that gets all the weird sentences. And the book we have is David Weber's Out of the Dark. I don't know what this
Best-selling-
book is.
Every author,
Best-selling author that I've never heard of.
There's so many best-selling
every
authors.
single author.
So just pick
is
a random
New
sentence and I'll read it
Okay,
in the
like-
best way possible.
Mini rant, every single book on the face of this entire earth is a New York Times bestseller.
That is
Not
true.
Mein Kampf.
When I
Actually, it is.
Oh.
Yes.
okay.
Of course it's
Any-
a bestseller. It's
Anyway.
by Adolf Hitler.
Anyways, every single person who publishes a book gets it on the New York Times bestseller.
except for self-published.
Whatever.
That's true.
Self-published authors pretty much never get on there.
Okay, but everyone, leave in the comments one book that has not been New York Times bestseller. Go.
I could put 3
Any
if I could remember
YouTuber
their
book.
names.
Okay.
Any
Choose
YouTube...
a sentence, boy.
All right, I'm going to close my eyes.
Okay.
And those of you who are listening, you're going to have to take my word for this.
His eyes are closed.
That's a good one.
Okay, let me see the sentence you have there. Which one is it? What is it?
I want them.
I want them to friggin' choke on it.
Oh!
That's actually what it says, word for word.
This book's actually written by the depressed drummer boy.
I want them to friggin' choke on it.
I wanted to froken.
What do we have here?
I don't know.
The good news was that for the moment at least, his family was probably as safe as anyone on the entire globe.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a bit too dramatic.
Literally me.
But wait, how do you compare them to anyone on the entire globe?
All right, I'm going to point at something.
Dear me.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah.
Bushevsky was profoundly grateful for the way hard work had toughened the lowland refugees.
Wow, that's an interesting sentence.
Oh, dear.
manifesto.
I shall read a selection from
David.
David Weber.
David Weber.
David?
David Weber,
David
out of the
Weber.
Dirk.
David Weber.
David Weber.
Stephen Colbert.
He actually has a book. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Swing right. Get around their flank.
Ooh,
Oh, gosh.
spicy.
Mm.
All right,
Yeah.
choose one for me, bucko.
Kinky. Alright. See.
What do we have here?
It was hot. It was also dry, and his battalion was no longer in a position to keep itself properly hydrated. If you don't need to piss, you're not drinking enough.
You don't need a piss. You're not drinking enough.
Hey, you said a cuss.
No, it's not a cuss.
Piss is a cuss.
Did he say it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He said that.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I thought it would never happen. Oh, it was an accident because he didn't know it was a cuss.
Wow, good job, guys.
This is the happiest day of my life.
I'm gonna choose one
I didn't
randomly.
even have to pay him $1,000 to say it.
Let's see.
Too bad it wasn't the F word.
Dvorak twitched as Wilson opened fire, but only internally.
Wait, did he open fire internally or did he twitch internally? And if he twitched internally,
That's That's
That's
pretty gay.
kind of weird.
Okay.
I have a magical finger.
I have a magical finger.
I have a magical finger. See?
Oh dear.
Feels
What do
magical.
we have here?
Why do I always get the worst names I can't read? General Thomas Sutcliffe, commanding officer, United States Strategic Commander, looked up with a quizzical expression as Major General Yoda O'Higgins stepped
Wait,
into
what?
his office.
General Yoda?
That, okay,
no,
you
that's-
know the least
Yolanda.
interesting sentence.
Yolanda. Name Yolanda O'Higgins.
Daddy, 4-year-old Shania held out her arms, smiling hugely as she flung herself 5 steps up the staircase to her father's arms with the absolutely fearless confidence that Daddy would catch her. You're home! You're home!
Okay, wait, she flung herself 5 steps up the
I
stairs?
can
Wow.
only go 2 steps at a time.
That's impressive.
This is very impressive for a 5-year-old.
Daddy.
Alright, choose me one, boy. Oh, that's a nice book that.
It's a book.
My men and I have been watching them, the stranger said, and it is a formation we have seen before, one they adopted in the last few days. I believe they're experimenting with new tactics, sending out pairs of infantry teams in support of one another.
Oh,
Sounds
dear.
like an orgy.
Oh,
That's
God.
what I was thinking.
That's an orgy I would join.
The infantry?
Oh.
Oh,
No,
no.
wait.
Infants?
The infantry.
The infantry are coming.
That's absurd, Squadron Commander Jane Farr objected. The crusty old space dog was the Kaya's senior squadron commander, and as bluntly uncompromising as one of his dreadnought's main batteries.
Can we talk about how this book, every time they say someone's name, they say their full title?
Yeah, including, like, their position.
It's just like,
Now, he grimaced as the Kaya glanced at him, one ear cocked interrogatively.
oh dear. Now what do we have?
Cocked.
Yeah.
Coat.
Oh.
The end of the book. There's
The
nothing.
end. Okay. Let's see what we got here. You wouldn't think I was...
Same.
You know, this is a boring one. Okay. He didn't like being here. That one's also boring.
He didn't like being here.
Okay. You need to do the touch. You got it.
If you don't need to piss, you haven't been triggered.
Fair enough. What have we got here? Force hammers Abrams, snorted up the incline of a sudden bellow of acceleration? What? I'm sorry. Force hammers Abrams. Okay, wait, what kind of name is Force hammers Abrams? Snorted up the incline in a sudden
Snorted?
bellow of acceleration.
Snorted?
Yes, that's what it
Is
says.
there like a line of cocaine on the ground? And he's just
No.
like,
Whoa! Every time somebody's name in here, it's bolded and in full capitals. What the heck?
Welcome to books.
Is it just like skipping between different people's perspectives? That's so dumb. Okay.
oh my gosh, this is the longest sentence ever.
I see this note in here. It just says, "Don't be so rude."
What? We just put a note of the book that says, "Don't be so rude."
This is the longest sentence ever.
Okay, pray tell.
When Dvorak was a boy, his father had introduced him to an English translation of the Czech author Jaroslav Havzek's illustrated novel, The Fateful Adventures of the Good Soldier Svek during the World War. Svek had been a complete idiot, or he had been highly skilled at sabotaging his superior officers and the war effort in general by doing exactly what he'd been ordered to do rather than what they had intended for him to do.
Have you ever heard of something called run-on sentences?
Because that was
Because
one.
now you have.
Also, I like how it put in the entire title of that book.
Well, no one had ever suggested every aspect of Shogun nature was perfect, he supposed. Still, he was tempted to suggest to his immediate superior, at least, that part of the problem might be their operational doctrine was still constrained by their experience against primitive foes.
How is every single sentence you've read has to do with like the army right now? Is this that entire book?
It's like Independence Day.
Don't be so rude.
Don't be so rude.
It's like Independence Day. It's all about the army constantly, and it's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be so rude.
Don't be so.
Don't-
Watch out for profanity.
What's your profanity? Don't be so rude.
Oh, rest in peace, camera.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Pray,
God,
continue.
What's going on this
Oh my
night,
gosh,
guys?
my jowls.
My jowls.
Wow! Wowzers!
Okay.
I was reading that.
No, you wouldn't.
The aliens have conquered Earth. That's just the beginning. of
Again.
Veggietales.
Again.
What Fleet Commander Thekare looked up at the ship commander Asmir and astonished so deep it was sheer incomprehension. I'm sorry, sir. The flagship's CO sounded like someone trapped in an amazingly bad dream. Thekare thought distantly, the report just came in. I'm afraid it's confirmed, sir. All of them? Thekare shook himself? Shook.
I'm shocked.
Wait.
Everyone assigned to the base? All of them, Asmir confirmed heavily, and all the
Confirmed
test subjects
heavily?
have disappeared. Dynthar, Thekare half-whispered. He stared at the ship commander, then shook himself again harder. Shook.
So this is
How
the back
did
of
they
the book.
do it? Sir, I don't know. No one knows. It doesn't look like anything we've seen the humans do before. What are you talking about?
Those are the
Thekare's
aliens.
voice was harder, impatient. He knew much of his
Harder,
irritation was
impatient.
the product of his own shock, but that didn't change the fact that Asmir had just made it no sense. It doesn't look like whoever used weapons at all, Fleet Commander. Asmir didn't sound as he expected Thekare to believe him, but the
Okay.
ship commander went on doggedly. It's more like some sort of wild beast got through every security this
Okay.
is boring.
When you're doing dialogue, you shouldn't have to explain what they're implying with what they're saying. They should be able to pick that up by reading it.
That actually seems like, even just with the ones that we've looked at, that seems like a terrible book.
Oh my goodness. It's all just
Well,
like,
it's probably not a terrible book, but it's just like, that's so boring.
ugh.
That's not what you put on the back of your novel.
So cliche.
Oh my goodness.
Though, it is apparently from the alien's perspective.
Which is interesting. Although apparently it's from everyone's perspective, as every other paragraph is a new person's perspective.
That's true.
Which is going to get really confusing.
I read the Communist Manifesto for some reason.
I just like how, you know, if you don't need to piss, you're not drinking enough. Alright.
How do you snort up an incline? Just like, oh, we gotta go up this hill.
Well, I mean, they are aliens, so maybe they just like
Maybe
have
they move by
magical nose
snorting.
powers.
Just-
Maybe they like the smell of freshly cut grass in the morning.
Oh, and don't forget the bloody corpses that are
Oh.
lining the ground.
Oh, the bloody corpses of not Tom and Jerry, Bob and Larry. There we go. The bloody corpses of Tom and Jerry.
And
that
the
would
dr-
be slightly
More.
And the drummer boy.
And the drummer boy. His bloody corpse
Oh,
as well.
no. Hey, how did he kill himself anyway?
Well, he shoved his head inside the triangle.
wait. He shoved his head inside the truck. Oh, like that. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pulled it over the top of his head. I was
Yeah.
like, how do you fit your head in something that's like the diameter of not even a penny?
What?
This is going downhill.
You
Yeah,
know?
so,
yeah, but those aliens, they're not going downhill. They're snorting uphill. Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Oh, dear.
I don't even. What is this? Hour and 20 minutes.
We're still flying half a ship.
Pardon me.
Another happy landing.
8 plus 10? Or whatever he says.
8 plus
Stupid
10.
math he says for no reason.
Hello there.
General Pierogi.
General Pierogi.
God. Okay, so.
Estevan Derobi.
Okay.
Anyway.
So,
I think that is...
that
That sounds about it.
sounds about it.
Did we even have a coherent
You
topic?
know,
No.
not really.
Veggietales and YouTube. That's
No, we got Veggietales, we got suicidal drummers, we got freaking snorting aliens, people who need to drink more water.
And we got potassium.
We got potassium. Most importantly,
Veggietales and
we got
potassium with
potassium.
potassium.
We got so much
we
potassium.
Got seals.
Put your fucking hands up.
Oh, no.
Sorry. It's already an explicit episode.
Oh.
We tried.
We
Yeah.
tried. And
What?
then freaking Morgan.
Anyway,
I told you not to eat those. We're using them as props.
you can use that as the prop now. So,
There, look.
You
It's
can
good.
deep throat your banana later.
anyway, as
Anyways.
for right now,
Anyways, thank you guys for watching on YouTube or listening on other places. If you'd like, you can subscribe. You can go to bit.ly/JAMA Patreon if you want to support us on Patreon to help give us a minimum of $15 to help keep the expenses for the show down to a minimum. Anyways, you can also go to youtube.com/TheSwiftClick
Oh,
and
yes.
subscribe to him once he...
videos will eventually be coming, hopefully in September.
All our descriptions down in the links below.
And be sure to follow at CyberSoupENT on
And
Twitter.
be sure to drink lots of water and get lots of potassium.
Yes.
Kill
See-
yourself if you're a drummer boy.
If you want to suggest
No!
guest stars for future episodes of the podcast, please tweet
Tweet them.
at CyberSoupENT
CyberSoupENT.
with the hashtag JAMAcast.
Anyways, if you are thinking about just a full disclaimer, I do feel like we need to mention this. If you are having those kinds of thoughts, please talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Seek help. There
Please-
will be a link to a hotline or the help website in the link.
Please, if you are considering that, please know that you are not alone. There are people out there to help you. There will be links in the description if you need any of those sort of things.
We joke about it, but that's just because we're all depressed assholes.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Bye.
bye.
But you might just hear us in the next one.
How about shut up?